I want to talk about where that mindset of the herbs are basically a drug and you use them to treat a disease, and it kind of like a commodification of like the style of being a practitioner where you can go to school and you learn. You read this book here, that symptom, you use this herb, this disease, you use this herb, and it becomes much more of a reductionist feel. Within TCM and within ancient Chinese herbalism, there is a split at around 400 AD is when I kind of like, I'm definitely not an expert on the topic, but when I can definitely see that something like that emerges in the Song dynasty, and you start to see a division between the more shamanic Daoist approach to herbalism. And basically, that's a style of practitioner and medicine where you are spending a lot of time with the patient. You are well versed in the inferior herbs, those that if someone's very sick, you are aware of the inferior herbs, you use them, you know how to use them in the body to get someone out of a dangerous place, to get symptoms down. That part of the treatment is part of your ensemble. And then the regular herbs, maybe we'll get you on these herbs for a month or two. You know, if there's extreme coldness within the body, we can use something like ginger, we can use hot herbs like cinnamon, and we can warm up the body over time, but know and be able to watch or teach the person how to watch for the signs for when you don't need any more aggressive warming, that your body is coming back to a normal state. And so educating and using that style of herbalism, but then also using the superior tonic herbalism. And this is that whole mindset. And this is that place where the whole idea, I think it was in ancient Greek times, I think it was as well in Egyptian times, and then basically in all cultures, because this is what makes sense, is the physician is only going to be paid if you stop getting sick. Unlike the modern Western world where you stay sick and you keep on paying the doctor and you keep on paying the institution, and they're protected behind the white coat, and sometimes like kind of a fundamentalist science that says we've got the absolute best, we're doing the best we can. If you're getting sick, it's out of our control. And so, yeah, just keep on paying us. Basically, the ancient Taoists would have that same like, well, don't pay me, I don't get paid. And often it wasn't about being paid from most physicians and healers around the world anyway. There wasn't payment, it was just a service. But at that point, they have included in their repertoire the use of tonic herbalism and the philosophy around that. And why that's important to understand is because physicians were well versed in what it took, and not just general advice like you get from a modern doctor. We've spent 15 minutes together and you should drink more water and you should exercise more. That advice is really nice and noble, but are they an expert in that capacity to live that preventative lifestyle? And so a lot of physicians are nowadays. I feel like there is a resurgence, and that's why tonic herbalism is definitely resurging at the same time, because it's intrinsic to this. But a doctor or a physician in herbs, yeah, great, know the inferior herbs, know the regular herbs, but be very well versed at the same time in the superior herbs. And those are the herbs like reishi, chaga, the herbs in Jing, eucommia bark, hishawu, dendrobium, and they are that bridge. Now, a bridge has got 2 points, of course, right? So that bridge that sits on the side of that part of the treatment where you are moving from the intention of, say, those middle herbs, those regular herbs, there's still symptoms, and basically using tonic herbalism as a foundational ongoing practice in a healing. A physician should have this understanding of using a tonic herb where it's appropriate. And toning, remember, doesn't just mean tightening and making the muscle stronger. It's toning function, physiological function, energetic function. And this is where the concept of an adaptogen coming through, although with tonic herbs, it's much more complex than just the scientific application of an adaptogen. And especially when you're sourcing the way we do, you're going beyond it just being an adaptogen, because everyone's still in the West just trying to like wrap their heads around adaptogens, and people are still just using it as a marketing term. We're kind of getting a little bit more of an understanding of the heart of what that actually means within tonic herbalism, is that the energetics included within these very revered herbs that are able to go into the body and nourish core cell function or metabolic function and organ function, when used in an appropriate dose, which has got a wide range, it's easy to hit an appropriate dose with tonic herbalism. It's very easy and one that fits into your sovereignty, even if you're beginning out in this, very safe. This is why they're tonics. That you take those, tones that function, whether it's immune, whether it's liver, whether it's putting kidney essence in, and then your body has the capacity to come back into balance itself.